So my next question is, if you wouldn't have to worry about location, the drive, what would be the perfect space to work out? What would be the ideal job for you?
I mean,
take away all the stuff that, it might cost to work there.
Yeah.
But just like a miracle would happen and you have the option of choosing anywhere you want to work. What would it be like?
Somewhere like where I would like be responsible for like logging or inventorying it, like kind of like what I imagine is like at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark, where they're like this one little guy is like in charge of this whole warehouse, and he's got to like put the boxes where they go, and like he's the only one in charge, and like that's cool. That's like, man, I want to do that, but like, like maybe not like the heavy lifting, maybe just like be in charge of like somewhere where I can organize things and just know where everything's at and get it on demand and like just set everything neat and clean. That would be great, That's kind of cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, but
and it was nice. It's nice to see how I can physically see how you would enjoy it. Like,
yeah.
You're smiling.
Oh, I'm excited.
You get excited just talking about it.
When do I start?
What job is this? Where do I apply?
Exactly.
Well, it seems like you have. There seems like there's jobs out there like that. Have you been looking? Can you think of like titles or positions or companies you could work for?
Not yet. I mean, I've tried like UPS, FedEx, but it's a lot of grunt work. It's a lot of disorganization, a lot of rushing, and I find a lot of companies that are just disorganized or just behind the times. So it's kind of like this company was a rare find because it's small, it's quiet. What I do it by myself, and I know where I'm responsible for everything. So, but it's just on a small time. So finding that, it's going to be tricky, because I know it's out there. It's just I don't know. It's just luck. That's where I'm going to find it, I think.
Yeah. So you said like a UPS. What else did you say?
FedEx. Yeah. I've tried both. Yeah. So.
You've worked for both? Or?
I've worked for both. Yeah.
Oh, and that's how you know about the disorganization.
Yeah. Oh, it's crazy. But I mean, it's not their fault. It's a lot of customers, a lot of things change, technology changes, and then there's just a high demand, and it's hard to keep up with infrastructure that's just outdated, or it's a lot of money. You have to almost start a new company, a new type of company, like a new type of FedEx, like how Amazon's doing it. They're starting like new delivery systems or new warehouses and all new computer systems. That's probably where it's gonna go. And I don't know if they're gonna go out of business like FedEx or UPS, but just like being there with being on the truck and seeing how everything's loaded and how difficult it is to find a place and do it on your own and get chased by dogs. It's interesting to see it from a different point of view. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I thought of Amazon when you were explaining like your ideal place.
Yeah, they probably pay very little though, unless you're higher executive or something. Because I tried applying, but those jobs are very scattered. Like the one I heard of was in San Bernardino. Like they're very out there, and I think you get paid minimum wage. So, and you work with a ton of people, so it's not where I want to be.
Do you not want to work with a ton of people?
I would if the pay was good, because I've tried warehouse work before, and they always pay very close to minimum wage or just slightly above it. So where I was, I think because it involved technology and computers, the pay went up just a little more. So maybe something like that where you're responsible for the computer side and the inventory, or like a hybrid of both. So that's what I'm looking for.
And it seems like you're actively looking too.
Yeah, I've looked around a few.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like this job I'm looking for now, TSA, they're going to start me probably on the lines at the airports. But they did say they noticed my interest in inventory and logistics and stuff. So, and they said there are departments like that.
Yeah.
So you work there for a little bit, you can get transferred into those departments, especially if like you talk to certain supervisors and they see you're very good with certain programs like Excel, or to see your attention to detail or your motivation. You could end up in one of those departments. And I'm like, great, that sounds perfect. It's government work. it's something I like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might just take a few years, but you know.
And what's the name of this place?
Oh, TSA.
TSA?
Yeah, like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like Homeland Security.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa, watch out. Yes, yeah.
Well, that sounds kind of hopeful too.
Yeah.
Is it something that you applied to? Or?
Yeah. Applied to about June 18th. So it's been it's a process. Like.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because it's government, so there's a lot of background checks and a lot of steps you have to go through. A lot of questionnaires. They want your entire history of like either medical or work or where you've been living. So that takes a long time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I think I'm like halfway through that. It's now it's like.
It could take months.
Yeah.
Especially for a security job.
Yeah.
It takes a long time. Like getting even working for like the military as a civilian, stuff like that, where security and things like that, government, state things, when that's involved, it can take months.
That's right.
But a lot of times it is worth it though, because of those benefits are really strong.
Yeah.
And that's something to consider too. That's something that I'm hoping for you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm kind of worried about the security part of it, but I have no security training or military training or any law enforcement training, so it's. I mean, I'm friendly. I'm nice with people, so I think that would help. And I'm very meticulous and organized, so I can know what to look for. So that part of it I think would be okay. But if I have to like chase someone down, they're getting away.
It might get away from you.
Oh man.
And I like that you're bringing up like the skills that you do have that could work well with that job.
Yeah.
So I have a worksheet.
Oh. Great.
It didn't print out too well.
Well, I got my gold pen. Let's see.
But something to consider when you are applying to jobs, it's not just about like your educational background, but that's why I was asking you about like your interests and maybe even your values. Do you think working with TSA would match some of the values that you have? I noticed you like people, being friendly.
Yeah, I think so.
And obviously it matched your interests, because if you work there for a little bit, you would do inventory, which is something that you just light up when you talk about.
Yeah, I do, yeah. What
about some of the skills that you have that would kind of do well with that position?
I mean, all I have is, they would be on here?
Yes. So all these kind of make up what would be the best fit for a career goal for you. So it's things to consider when you're trying to decide for a job, especially a job that you see yourself doing in the long run. Yeah. I feel like a lot of times we don't think about values, like what do we value in life? We don't really think about that, and that's something to consider, because I think it brings out that drive and that motivation to do what you're doing. Skills is easy, but you can get bored with it. And interests are good too, but I feel like we forget about values. Like it's important to like and to feel good about what you're doing. And personal style, sometimes significant others. We have to consider educational background. I think that's usually what we consider, and especially within our society. Work and leisure experience and labor market. So this is something you can take with you if you'd like.
Yeah, totally.
And hold on to it, because I mean, as you're looking for jobs, I think it'd be great for you to have. And it's like, does this description of this job fit this area? And it's hard for you to find something, and maybe it's good to pick out these aspects, what's most important to you, like what you really want this job to fulfill. Because you're kind of setting yourself up for something positive, or a good experience at this job, and something that will fulfill you.